Not since the horrors of the Black Plague has our land seen such despair. Almost 2 millennia after Sigmar founded the Empire, the realm is fractured and broken. 3 rival factions claim the Imperial crown: Marienburg, Middenheim, and Reichland. Blur of power brings the armies of men against one another in a seemingly endless tide of battle. An island of peace in a sea of conflict, Mordheim drew wealth such as the city had never seen into its walls. But with its prosperity came the corruption of arrogance and hedonism and greed. The gods could not long abide the outrages of Mordheim's populace. In the heavens, an ill star appeared. A great twin-tailed comet that some priests warned was nothing less than the hammer of Sigmar. They preached tidings of doom and repentance, but their sermons were ignored. An attitude of rebellious revelry gripped the city as the comet grew ever nearer. The grand festival to celebrate the turn of the year was a mockery of the apocalyptic prophecies. It was then that the hammer fell. The fiery comet plowed through the city, gouging a deep crater in the midst of the poor quarter. The wondrous palace of Count Steinhard was broken, the grand amphitheater shattered, the vast great library blighted by a pall of ash. Fire and smoke decimated the populace, but worse awaited the survivors. A malignant corruption that brought with it mutation and madness, the vile taint of chaos. In the shattered city, strange green-black stones were discovered. Strange energies emanated from these shards. Warlocks and alchemists experimented with these wyrdstones and soon determined that their uncanny properties could work wonders. Wyrdstone could heal the sick, regenerate the old, or even turn base metal to gold. Lust for wyrdstone focused avaricious eyes upon ruined Mordheim. Treasure hunters descended upon the city, vying with both mutated horrors that claimed the ruins as their own, and crusading zealots who sought to prevent the taint from spreading. Inhuman creatures filtered into Mordheim, staking their own claims. An endless pilgrimage of the greedy and ambitious, fighting and dying in a place now called the City of the Damned. A nice day to die, or maybe live a little longer.
Howdy folks, friends and family across the globe, and welcome to another WAAAGHammer Wednesday showcase. Which is basically just turned into an excuse to play a little bit of Warhammer every Wednesday. Pursuit to show you games that are not necessarily the best, but that the vast majority of Warhammer games are actually not bad games. They're probably middle of the road, and that's not a bad thing. And one of the things is the amount of options of genres and gameplay types that you get with Warhammer. I don't know, I struggle to think if there's any other IPs that have had that kind of flexibility. Anywho, if you're new, do not do tips, tricks, cards, walkthroughs, speedruns, 100% trophies, or achievements. Just play games for fun. The sole goal is invade your phones and homes on your big screens, all screens in between, to hit you with a blast from the past. Wave of nostalgia as we lays down the laziest slaves of rivers, lazy river life, harken back to the days of 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, go to buddy's place after school, work, drop your pack, drop your gear, drop your butt in a chair, anywhere, it doesn't matter, because we're there to play games. Good games, bad games, old games, and new games. Happy to have you, in short. My subscribers, I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you to each and every one of y'all. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing these videos, and I can promise you all this, as long as one of you stay subscribed, the videos will keep rolling. Drive-by redneck viewers, howdy. And I'm going to recommend Tales of the Old World. There you go. Alright, now, this is a game I remember I was excited for back when it was first announced, and I followed it. Oh, don't get excited, folks. Just super coffee. And it is a brutally difficult game. And do you want to know why that is? One of my video game pet peeves. Level scaling. That's right. No matter how strong you get, whenever you go into a battle, they're going to be just as strong. There are ways to kind of break it, but it's a game you have to kind of put a lot of time grinding into it. Put a dip in, don't dip, folks. Bad for your health, good for your dentist. Alright, I don't think I ever played this with a controller. Tutorials, huh? Sure, let's just run through it.
In this tutorial, you control a group of Skaven who are scavenging for resources in the quayside area of Mordheim. As they scatter to search the empty barns and ruined warehouses, a group of mutants bearing the flag of the cult of the possessed appear in sight. Learn the basics of combat to survive this ambush. A new round has started.
Oh god, that is just giving me feelings of dread. Few games have instilled dread in me more than this game. I put, I think, maybe 300 and something, 400 hours into it. Over the years. It's been many years, though, since I touched it. So we'll see. Left stick. Because normally I use mouse and keyboard. Alright, so basically, if you're familiar with Valkyria Chronicles, I think it may have been called. There's probably like half a dozen sequels. It's very similar to that. You got intern. You get movement points and you get action points. Leftover action points can be used to counterattack. So, as long as we do not cross that blue line, we don't spend a movement point. Now, the other thing is, the opening did define that there were 3 factions. There was a 4th DLC faction added, which is the one I probably played the most of, and that's Undead. So as you can see now, we dropped another like waypoint. And we can move around here, but if you want to get that point back, run over it. And we're not going to risk that because it's going to... Yeah. Anyways. Sometimes you can mess up. And this saves turn by turn, so you can't really... There's a way to save scum. If I remember, it was basically Control-Alt-Delete. Alright, we want to attack the other of our encounter only if it has enough offensive points. But the 3 original base factions that were dropped were, what was it? Was it Sisters of Sigmar, Possessed, and Skaven, I think. Maybe there was 4, I can't remember. It's been, when this game dropped? A long time. Threat zone. When a warrior enters a threat zone, the warrior can now attack and engage the enemy. Right. And get used to missing. Initiative ladder, you go in turns. If you're familiar with turn-based stuff, you'll... Now there's probably going to be a fear check here. If he doesn't bite the dust. Yeah, climbing and leaping down costs 1 point of movement. Question is, where do you want me to go here? So there you go, he's using his action points to counterattack.
A new round has started.
Alright, this is going to be important because there's going to be a... Let me preface it with this. This game is very much like playing the tabletop. You're going to go and you're going to run scenarios. There are specific story missions, but for the most part, you're going to be running your warband through scenarios where there's rotating in different objective types, from escape to kill the enemy leader to pick up X amount of warpstone and get it back to your cart. This is going to be useful for marking warp and wyrdstone piles. Might be able to squeeze on here, huh? No. No. I don't know if that gets us back up there. So we might as well finish it out, huh? You do plan on picking this game, which when it goes on sale, you can buy like everything for $10, and I'd say it's definitely well worth it if you want a challenging game. The hardest faction to play, I would say, is Chaos. With the easiest might be Mercenaries, which I think may have been a DLC faction, I can't remember, in the Sisters of Sigmar. And then Skaven's probably the next easiest, followed by Undead, more towards the bottom, which was my favorite. Both in the tabletop, I played Undead, and in this game. What do we want to talk? Who do we want to shoot? I don't think we're safe up here, are we? No. Anyways, this is the tutorial. Well, let's see some of this. Every faction gets their own big brute. Chaos gets the Chaos Spawn. Skaven get Rat Ogres. Undead get a Crypt Ghoul. Or Crypt Horror, excuse me, not Crypt Ghoul. They get a Crypt Horror. I think Mercenaries and Sisters... Mercenaries get an Ogre. I can't remember what Sisters get. And as you progress through, and hopefully your warband survives, complete missions, don't get too injured or mutated, you can actually upgrade your characters. Much like, again, the tabletop.
A new round has started.
I just want to get this guy down, then we'll go to the next tutorial. Alright. We got him. Make sure you loot. That's right, there's different carrying capacity. Okay. We've done enough of this tutorial. Let's, yeah, it's gonna give it to us. And to be honest, I'm going through the tutorial because I don't know who I'm going to play as. Alright.
You take control of a mercenary group seeking to plunder what's left of the riches stashed in a corner of the merchant's district. As the search goes on, it soon becomes clear as to why the ruins haven't yet been plundered when your warband is ambushed by the Sisters of Sigmar. Master the lessons of this tutorial to survive their onslaught.
And whether you're new to this or like me coming back to it after not playing it for many years,
a new round
it
has started.
doesn't hurt to do the tutorial. Once we get into the warband stuff, I'll expand further. If I remember, momentum means next attack is 3. Left bumper, right bumper for cycling. So that's their leader. The sooner we get her down, the better. Dodge and parry increases chances. 2 types of tanks in this game. Parry tanks and dodge tanks. Parry tanks, usually you can give them pretty heavy armor. Send them out there. And that's one way to do it. Dodge tanks work under a different set of rules and are hit in a different manner. It's just your cup of tea. Skaven, if I remember, generally do better with dodge tanking. Alright, that's right, aiming. You almost always want to aim with your archers. Delay just moves them to the end of the queue. With smart use of delay, okay, ambush requires a melee in the stance of world, charge and attack enemy in charge range. Right, charging also has its own benefits. And Overwatch is always good. Yeah, here's the ambush. Now, we don't have it unlocked, but you can disengage. So if you get your charge up, or your hit chance up enough, charge becomes well worth it. Because it's a 50% damage increase, and damage in this game is king. Biggest advice I can give for combat is you just want to be able to outnumber your enemy. Thought you could run.
A new round has started.
Oh, he's going down. Okay, at least he's going down, taking her with him. Alright, disengage. If you flee, they get a free attack off on you. He's not gonna make it far anyways, but... Oh, good job. Your one job.
Despite the violence of the comet's impact on Mordheim, the Temple of Sigmar remained mostly unscathed, and the valiant Sisters of Sigmar certainly had a protective influence in keeping the sacred grounds unspoiled. Once again, the Sisters are set to defend the temple's perimeter, when a band of Skaven strikes swiftly. Learn new actions to defeat the Skaven and protect the sanctity of the temple. A new round has started.
Oh, I guess this is who the sisters get. To basically just collect.
A new round has started.
All right. I think I am good for the tutorial. Victory conditions, morale, the neutral enemies, warrior retreat, idle prayers, yada 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 yada. More troop smugglers den. Let's see, these are a lot quicker. Look at these. Those would be 3 options. Decide to sell your wyrdstone. Okay. Selling wyrdstone to a faction provides you with rep and gold. Alright. So basically, you have to collect wyrdstone. And you got to make sure you send it to your sponsor. So for Skaven, I think it's Clan Eshin. That's one way to lose your campaign run. So there's a time system. One mission a day. So basically the campaign can be endless. Veteran system, here we go. Yep, do the stuff on the right. You unlock experience. Unlock certain bonuses and skills. You get a rank between 0 and 10. Got it. There's a shop. If I remember, you can get some stuff there. It's pretty good. Usually hold out for purple items. Or orange. I can't remember which one was higher. Right, there you go. Oh, Witch Hunters was the DLC. These were the base 4. Witch Hunters and Vampire, or Undead, were the DLC ones. So the question is, what to play? Well, those 3 are going to be out. They're the hardest to play. Skaven are always a classic. Undead can be pretty difficult to play, but... I'll save the Skaven for y'all to check out. So I'll play Undead, because that's a DLC one and you might be on the fence about that, because the base game will come with these 4, which are varied enough.
You have been paid a great honor by our lord and master, Count Vlad von Karstein. Among his subjects, living and undead, it is you who have been entrusted with this important task. I wonder if you appreciate the enormity of the task ahead of you. The master expects much from you. I can sense your suspicion of me. It is true that I once served Queen Neferata, but it is in the halls of Drakenhof that my loyalty is now bound. Do you see this ring? It is Count Vlad's token, his sign that Baroness Katerina von Dernsbach is his vassal and agent. Beware, for I am his eyes and ears in Mordheim.
Nah, we'll switch it. Yeah, war camp. Let's do Skaven. We want that Skaven goodness. New warband.
Mordheim nest have much war.
There we go.
Clandestine make trouble pain to keep other clans away. Must be swift silent. No other clans know. We take feds on Warpstone. Smart wise Skaven may take much power rank with Warpstone. Keep steel from stupid man things. And keep into under empire. Many man things in Mordheim nest. Many other warpstone. Then die, die! Sister things from Riverhide warpstone under Fortnest. Cult things take warpstone to Demon Hole. Soldier things take warpstone away to Baron things. All must die, die! Skaven, with much warpstone rise fast quick and clan. Become big great chief, much slaves, much breeders, much power. Become warlord of whole borough maybe. Best quick trail to rank power. We swear serve great murder lord Snicket. Snicket much wise, much strong. Most high underling of clan Eshen's revered, feared night lord. Even in holy Skaven blight, they know of murder lord Snicket. Great mighty Snicket, best of all assassin lords. Maybe becomes Deathmaster someday. And share his glory. Much helping Snicket, no, crush all rivals. Why smart Skaven work with Filch, yes? Not never hear learn about Filch Sharptail? Filch Sharptail, greatest killer in all Clanation. Filch strangled Wilhelm the Baron thing and make it look like hungry troll ate him. Filch drowned Warlord Kripnik after his ship sink fighting dragon thing. Pox keep her bile breath choke on old plague when Filch drops big rock on his tail. Not never he'll learn about Filch. Best assassin is one nobody knows. Be proud honor to work for Filch. Filch will let you find much wordstone for him. Great honor.
completed. Task completed. An enemy warband is fragmented into small patrols, possibly to try and slip past your own warband and escape with some wyrdstone. Aware of these patrols, you quickly dispatch your own forces in small groups to intercept them and prevent any enemies from leaving the area without a fight. Objectives updated. Objectives updated. Objectives updated.
Okay, now coincidentally, there's some shenanigans you can get into. Using roofs. And again, the great thing is, as long as you don't hit a trap, you can kind of scout around. Also, running up and down floors like this, as long as you're in that same sphere that you were when you left it, it doesn't count against you. So see, we're still not using a whole movement point yet. And we can go back down. Alright. Is that wyrdstone up there? If it is, I don't see it. Now our globadier is going to be absolutely useless here. And why that is, well... Undead. For the most part, undead are immune to poison wind globe. Necromancers aren't. Certain henchmen. And we can take out their vampire boss.
A new round has started.
With how I usually play, if they survive a mission, they get a name. Also, wyrdsstone shards over fragments, though clusters are also really good.
Objectives updated.
Better to have it than not. You might have a necromancer. Never know. Alright, a ghoul. Oof. And of course there's a vampire guy. We need to get out of here. Get used to this part. You are going to miss all the time. And the computer, despite what people say, is going to hit all the time. Take damage. Well, he made it. We gotta be smart about this. And he didn't make it. Oh god. Oof. That saved you. Or not. Nope, he's... Oh no, terror test failed. Yep, we're about to get destroyed. Oh! Alright.
Objectives updated.
So, you never want to fight vampire counts as Skaven.
Flee, fondling mouse heart. Scurry, hurry, hide.
Let's see if we can get a good game going. But
Not
this has a very steep learning curve, and it doesn't get easier. But this is to show you, having fallen out of action, everyone falls out of action when you do that. Fortunate return, so nothing happened. Slight bruises, full recovery. You get experience even when you lose. Open wounds, minus 10% melee, range hit chance, plus 5% injury chance after battle. 5 days to recover, missing eye. Fortunate return.
Another one bites the dust.
That one just died. Reduces alertness and everything, so. There you go. That's what happens when, well, that happens, so. Let us do this. I want to show you the injury table. Let's see if we can't get a better first mission. That was kind of the problem with the introduction of the DLC of the undead. Skaven got immensely hurt by it.
Completed. Task completed.
See, none of these are any good.
Seemingly alone in the ruins, you take the opportunity to send your warriors to pillage the nearby buildings. As your warband disperses and begins to explore, however, an enemy warband arrives and deploys its own
Patrols in the area. Gotcha. Are we at least grouped together? We are. Okay. And it looks like it's, what, sisters? No, maybe witch hunters. Alright. Rules apply. If they survive, they get a name. That'll be good for a Globadeer. Is there only one way in? Forget going for the stones. But much like Man of War Corsair, this is one that I consider to be pretty rough around the edges. If they just... And they did put a lot of time into the game. We'll let them gather as many of the weird stones as possible. And then we'll just hopefully loot them whenever they try to come through the door. But they moved on to a game called Necromunda Underhive Wars, which I've heard is pretty bad. I'm looking forward to giving that game a shot. Oh, hey, yeah, we'll take that.
Objectives updated.
Again, you want clusters first. Yeah, we don't care about that. You also want to try and equip ranged weapons on as many people as possible, and you'll see why. For reasons like this, you can hole up here. And again, you might think, bring more people, right? But the problem is the game scales. So they'll always match your warband's level. The best advice I can give you is you want to be able to does he have a... Oh, he does. He's got throwing stars too. Okay. Alright, now block them from being able to leap up. They can't occupy the same space as you like that. From what I remember. Giant units. Most of them can't go through doors. The only one that I think can is the Sisters special unit. But undead are basically a hard counter to Skaven. They have terror checks in this. They've got fear tests. It copies the tabletop extremely well. I don't know if he'll actually throw. I don't think he can. Now, Mordheim was a important city that got hit by a comet of warpstone or wyrdstone, and it caused a bunch of the old world's greatest superpowers at the time to go rushing to the city to try and capitalize on it. Clan Eshin was in charge of collecting the wyrdstone. It also introduced us to pretty much the first school of magic for Clan Eshin. Where'd we see them at? Oh, they're over there, okay. Now, the Globadeer is a DLC I would highly recommend. Especially if you're playing undead, because most of your undead will be immune to it. You can throw some globes down, tie them up with zombies, and then just throw globes to your heart's content. There we go. Okay, he could throw it. And ambushed. There we go. Like a true Skaven. Oh no.
A new round has started.
The good thing about throwing stars is you don't need to worry about reloading, from what I remember. How close are they? Oh no, there's their leader. Oh. Oh, or no, you do reload, but you reload one. Let's reload. Let's Which weapons you're going to be switching out with him? Screw it. Ambush. Oh no. Oh, you got stuck. Good. Don't. Okay. Yeah, again, Skaven predominantly do better in dodge stance. Can you not hit him? Yeah, do that.
A new round has started.
Now, you'll see some bars on the left side of the screen. 40 is your unit strength, 30 is their unit strength. You can see it goes down every time they lose somebody. There's like a little threshold down at the bottom. Once you get to that point, it's basically good night. We'll take a hit. Why can't we loot him? Well, He's about to have a bad day.
A new round has started.
And we just wait.
A new round has started.
Come on. Where they
A
at?
new round has started.
Okay. We'll do this. Are they just standing in place? then we'll wait for our globes to kind of dissipate.
A new round has started.
Globes usually last, I don't know what, 2-3 rounds. How y'all doing, by the way? You having a good day? Let me know down below in the comments. Hopefully you are. If you're not, hope your day gets better. Sorry for the slow gameplay, but this is Mordheim. Oh no. Oh, we're gonna lose him. Damn.
A new round has started.
Even if we disengage, then we're just having to stand there. Hopefully he's not right around the corner. They always do this too. They wait for you to leave. But basically, the way I got through this with most of my campaigns back in the day was to bottleneck. I did this to protect our leader. That to protect the globadier. Hopefully. Do that to prep. Disengage. And he receives some damage. Good job. And Skaven are better climbers in this than the other factions. You know it. Is it inside the building? Find out next turn. Failed the all alone. Okay.
A new round has started.
Oh no, you want to get crits off, by the way, because if you can crit, you can stun. Can't use that anyways. You warp stone. I guess we can go without the wyrdsstone. Or the wyrdsstone. This is just the first mission. Again. The other trick to doing well in these skirmish battles anyways are to injure the opposing warbands, because their units also gain abilities and they gain injuries. So if you can do enough damage, say, against the undead as a Skaven player, without killing their units, you can make them so that they're completely useless because you've injured them so badly throughout your encounters. Where's that other? There's another bag somewhere. Is it down the floor? Might be something over here too. I think that is. Bombs away. Oh, wow. Okay. So we didn't get the secondary quests. You want to try and get those rewards because you get a lot more. You get a lot of experience, helps increase the quality of your troops. And of course, it gives you more wyrdstone because you have to make those deliveries. If you do not, if you miss it 3 times, you end up losing the campaign.
Fetch find much wordstone. Filch will squeak speak to murder lord.
You are progressing nice.
Warband climb sneak high far.
Now each unit gets rated based upon what they did. Just surviving, they get something. Putting enemies out of action, they get more, so on and so forth. Alright, so the veteran system. First of all, you gain points by completing these tasks here. And this is usually carried across multiple campaigns, right? Because you'll see campaign progress. You only need to get through it. Up to or through Act 2. I can't remember if it's through it or not. So that's 6, 12, 18, 24, 36. Alright. That you would get from that. You can get up to 140, which then you can use on veteran skills, which you can equip up to 5, 10 for every warband that you have. And here's a whole host of them that you can pick. Consumable, free stuff usually from all this stuff. But I'm not quite sure exactly what the best one is. By the way, everything's on unedited, unscripted, completely unprofessional. It's by design. Alright, what do we got? I'm thinking the one that... the cost of training. Be good. Alright, so we gotta pay everybody. I think there's a payout. I can remember that. And the higher level they are, the more they're paid. Alright, how do we Okay, press Y to increase. I'm not used to using a controller. He doesn't really need accuracy for the crit chance. Crit chance is very important though, because what happens is you can knock out an enemy, or you can knock them down if you're smart with it. If you get a crit. You can daze them. That's what I'm going for.
New shipment request arrived.
Alright, now we're moving on to this. And there are much better people who play this game that can explain it a lot better than I can. But you usually get assigned 3 different factions you can send the shipments to, and each of them give them different bonuses. They're going to be named different, but they basically function the same across all 3 factions. Alright? Thing is, you have to send shipments to your primary faction. If you do not, and you miss 3 shipments, game over. You have to start a new warband. That's where the veteran system comes into play. So then when you restart, like on the Steam version I have, all the hours, I basically start off with the level 10 warband regardless of what, because of the amount of skill points and everything I've built up. It's like the save game is your profile rather than individual warbands. Anyways, Snicket gives us what? When we rank them up, we get 2 additional days that fulfill wyrdsstone requests. We get tome abilities, magic, martial. We get some enchantment packs, and we get a free impressive, free leader. Cutthroat's Den reduces train cost, ballistic skills, reduces the intelligence cost, strength. Okay. Alright, so let's just send all of them for now. Which is just that, apparently. Can we not? I think there's a minimum requirement. Yeah, I think that's what it is. 75, you see that in the left? And we have 5, so we need to get 70 more. Not looking good. That's why I recommend getting clusters over shards over fragments.
Your scouts
I think
report
launch
secret castle
deploys everybody
in ruins,
for
but
you.
recovering it has become no easy task. Somehow, an enemy warband has learned of your plan. Worse,
It looks like it's a
they're
Skaven.
lying in wait and have deployed patrols to flank your warriors. A new round has started.
Yeah. we're gonna fall back. Oh, I forgot the name, people. That's alright. You want to try and at least keep one slot open. God, there's just nothing good. Oh.
A new round has started. Yeah, this is a very, it could be a slow game.
especially in the early game. Now, if you want to speed it up, you take less units. Take the bare minimum. But again, the good news is whenever they're picking stuff up, it means you can get it. Problem is, though, we can't find anybody. There we go. Found somebody. Thanks. Ah.
A new round has started.
There we go. Stunned. That's what you want. And the other benefit is you can disengage without having to worry about getting hit.
A new round has started.
Alright, I'm tired of waiting. Let's just do it. Oh! Uh-oh. I'm good. Oh no! I knew it. That's alright. We can lock him down. Yeah, you can't get anything over there.
A new round has started.
It's alright. We might be able to force a all alone check. I don't know if that other guy's close enough. But as you can see, tides can turn quick here. Alright, all on check blade pass. Don't hit. No. Well, we should be able to weather this. Alright, that's fine. Can we... No, I was gonna say... That locks him into combat at least. Game seems to work okay with the controller. Now there was a Mordheim for Nintendo Switch that was pretty good as well. And their leadership. If you take out their leader, for the most part, you're good.
Yes! Yes! Brilliant, clever filch leads warband to victory! Kill, crush all enemy! Steal, snatch, much work!
But as you can see, this is great that we're getting experience, but we got 10 days to fill an order of 75. And that's not great. Make sure you pay before leveling up, by the way. Leadership increases morale by 2. Stun resistance. Initiative. Always good for initiative. But stun resistance is good too. Well, I'm gonna call it here, folks. Yeah. Sorry, quick and dirty. That's how I like to do these videos, though. Because I'm not here to sell you on these things, I'm just here to show them to you. If you're really looking for a brutal game that is going to challenge you every step of the way, trust me, it'd take us probably an hour to get to a story mission. And I think there's maybe like 5 or 10 of them per faction, and they are tough. I don't think they scale, but there's a certain point where no matter how strong you are, you're basically just going to get destroyed without losing a lot of people. So don't ever get attached to a warband. But this game will be right up your alley. It very much emulates and simulates the tabletop experience, and I can't recommend it enough, especially for the dirt cheap price that it usually goes for. It's almost always on sale. So if you're looking a little bit more Warhammer, a little something different in a genre that you don't see too much, it is turn-based, but the way they do it, they play it like Valkyria Chronicles, which is the main reason I was always drawn to this. Highly recommend it. Thank you for joining me for this WAAAGHammer Wednesday showcase. I promise the next one will probably be a bit more energetic. It's just Mordheim's a very slow burn, slow moving type of game until you get to about mid-game. But there is a story. Each faction has their own storyline, their own characters. They pretty much mirror each other for the most part. But how they play is all very different. They each play in very different ways. Alright, folks, thanks for stopping in and joining me, whether it was for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 5 days. And, this isn't going to be the end of WAAAGHammer Wednesdays. Got something else coming up next. A little bit different. My subscribers, you all stay awesome. You have an amazing day. Or if you prefer, stay amazing, have an awesome day. Drive by Rubbernecking Viewers. Catch you next time. Until then, you all have a good morning, a good afternoon. Most importantly, have yourselves a very good night.